Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Rice to Meet You, your comedy podcast about Asian culture. I just want to take some time out before today's episode to thank you guys again for your support. It means the world to us. And a special thank you to all of our patrons. Without your support, this podcast wouldn't be possible. So thank you again so much. And I have an announcement. I am starting a podcast about K-drama. Yeah. It's basically just going to be me gossiping about all the K-dramas I watch, and hopefully it'll be fun. So I'm releasing this podcast on our Patreon as sort of like a companion piece to Rice to Meet You, and also to sort of work out the tone of it and the style to see what the podcast is, and also develop it together with you guys, because your feedback will be invaluable. So if you want to hear this podcast about K-drama, head on over to our Patreon on patreon.com/rice2meetyou-pod and sign up to a tier that best suits you. Everybody from Rice Emperor to above will get access to the podcast. And also you get a bunch of other stuff like an extra episode a month from me and Nigel. And you get access to our Discord page where we have all of different things to talk about. So you can interact with other listeners and with myself and Nigel as well. And we have our K-drama chat on there, which is the channel that I'm most active in. So yeah, head on over to our Patreon on patreon.com/rice2meetyou-pod and join. And again, thank you so much for your support. And now, on with the show.
Evelyn says it's a process. It takes years. And it takes talking through it with a therapist. And I need to adjust my mindset. For me, last week, heartbreak. This week, fuckboy. Okay? No process.
Hi, and welcome to Rice to Meet You, your comedy podcast about Asian culture. I am your host, Evelyn Mock.
And I'm your co-host, Nigel Ng.
Yay!
Hey, episode 90.
Episode 90.
Yeah.
We're at 100 episodes soon, Nigel.
I know. Very exciting, right?
It's crazy.
And we just crossed 1 million listens on our audio stream only. Audio only. We just crossed 1 million listens. So thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks for listening.
1 million times our voices have been played. Isn't that amazing?
How annoying must we sound right now to all the people? They hate our
people
voices
love
now.
our voices. They
Too
think we're
much.
funny. They think we are fun and charming and have a good vibe.
That is what I constantly hear, that we have a good vibe.
Yeah.
Because we balance each other out. We're like yin and yang. Is it yin and yang or yin and yang? Yin and yang.
Yeah. Oh my God. What kind of Asian are you? Jesus.
I'm a banana.
Yeah.
The banana kind.
Well, we are recording this on Thursday, 7th January. And hopefully by the time you listen to this, by the time it's up, I will be in Malaysia.
Nigel's
hopefully.
going back to Malaysia.
If everything goes smoothly and the planes don't disappear, then I will be in Malaysia.
Yes, you are going back to Malaysia. I mean, is this essential travel, Nigel?
It is. I mean, see my parents. I'm escaping. I'm becoming a lockdown refugee again.
You can't call yourself a refugee.
We've argued about this so many times now. I'm gonna keep calling myself that. Sorry, Evelyn.
You're going back to the country that you actually left, not escaped from, that you left on good terms. So you can't call yourself a refugee.
I'll call myself whatever I want. I identify
God.
as a refugee. Okay.
Oh, this is This is almost as bad as those Mahjong ladies, those white Karens.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
As bad, Nigel.
I saw that. And
American Mahjong. Okay,
I know.
Yeah.
Listen, at first glance, I thought the pieces look pretty cute. The colors are very modern. And I was like, oh, this actually looks nice. But then what was unforgivable is how they changed the characters on the pieces themselves, you know? North, south, east, west in Chinese characters, 东南西北. They changed it to NSEW, which I think a bit of a shit move, you know?
Yeah.
So I think, and people don't know what happened. Basically, these three white girls from Dallas, Texas, they created their own revamped, rebranded Mahjong set.
Mm-hmm.
So they make it really modern, really pretty, but they change all the characters on it. So I think making it modern and pretty is fine, but don't change the characters on it. You can make the characters modern. I think that's where I stand. Because I do want Mahjong to be introduced to white people. I want more white people to buy the Mahjong kit, you know?
But also, if white people do it, play it with respect. Come on. You don't have to like Caucasify everything you touch. Just play. There's a game that's been played for like ages and it originated in China. Just play that game. Play it with respect.
It's still the same game. It's still the same game.
No, because they changed the rules. So
Oh,
apparently,
really? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
they called it American Mahjong because there was an American businessman who brought it over to America, and in playing it, I don't think they say that it took off in America, but I've never heard of an American version of Mahjong. But they played it. There's like a group of people or a small kind of community that plays Mahjong in an American way. And so they then called this version and these tiles American Mahjong and kind of glazed over the fact that Mahjong originated in China and that there is a legit original version that is known and a lot of Chinese people play, but they totally glazed over it and just kept calling it American Mahjong, American Mahjong, American Mahjong. And like they were like, well, in their like history of how Mahjong originated, they were like, well, the kind of craze about Mahjong happened in China a long time ago, so really they have the rights to it, but there's an American version. And I was like, oh, you guys are so disrespectful right now. This is gross. Even if there is an American version, pay actual tribute and acknowledge the fact that Mahjong is Chinese. It was just like, it was just so gross.
Oh, I didn't know it was the American version. I just thought all the rules were the same. They just updated the tiles to make it less Chinese.
Well, the thing is, I'm not sure how the rules are for the American ones. One difference is that it has jokers, apparently. But I just thought, it was a very erasive way. Like, it felt very... it felt like they were erasing the fact that it's Chinese and they were trying to co-opt the fact that it's American. And sure, there might be an American version of Mahjong, but you cannot erase the fact that Mahjong is Chinese because it's so quintessentially Chinese. And Mahjong is known to be played by Chinese people.
Hey, I thought the tiles were really pretty. I thought if they changed it back to the original characters, like keep the tile design as is, I would buy a set,
Sure.
It'd be very nice, my YouTube backdrop,
Oh, God.
Next to my 1 million plaque. Next to my 1 million plaque, the Mahjong set.
I agree with you. Like, you can update and modernize.
Like, look at my lucky cat. Look at my like pink cat. You know, it's Asian, but Scandinavian design, very minimal, very nice. So that's okay. You keep the essential characteristics of the cat.
Yeah, but they haven't said, like, this is the Finnish lucky cat. Because it's Marimekko, right? So they haven't said, like, this cat is Finnish. This cat has, like, oh, yeah, it originated in Asia somewhere, like, a long time ago and has some kind of meaning. But, like, for us, it's just a pretty cat that we've made orange. Like, they haven't done that.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what you need to do, Mahjong Line women. Like, look at the cat and take their design principles, acknowledge the source.
Acknowledge the source.
Yeah, I'm trying to help you guys out here, But anyways, don't do that, people. Don't do that. So
don't do that, please.
Yes. I'm going to Malaysia. Any travel plans for you, Evelyn? Are you going to be stuck in Gothenburg forever? Or do you just come with me?
Plans. Well, Malaysia won't let foreigners in, right?
Oh, that's true.
You're going back to your country.
Yes.
So Nigel is...
And I still had to apply for a letter of approval.
What?
Go back. Yeah.
From whom? From the embassy?
The High Commission. Yeah, the embassy. Yeah, in London.
From Malaysia.
I've got it already. Yeah.
So what reasons could they have for denying you going back?
Well, you have to acknowledge that I am gonna pay the quarantine fee. You have to send it to them, email it to them, then they email back, say, okay, approved. This is a travel permission slip. So yeah, but it's all good. It's all approved. So fingers crossed. As long as the flight doesn't get cancelled, I will be in Malaysia when this episode airs.
That's good. I'm glad you get to see your family.
Essential travel.
Essential travel.
Family's essential, people.
Family is essential for
Yeah.
Nigel's mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would love to have joined you in Malaysia, but because I can't come in because I'm a dirty foreigner,
Yeah.
a COVID-ridden foreigner. Well, I have antibodies, but so a former COVID-ridden foreigner. I really want to go to Asia. I really want to go because the thing is now Sweden has gotten much stricter, which I'm thankful for. But also it's kind of you can still do things. I mean, I'm still gonna travel to Stockholm next week to film and stuff like that. But London, which I was hoping to go back to like in January or February, you guys have gone into lockdown. So I'm like, all right, there's no hope until the vaccine actually happens and until everybody gets vaccinated. So do I want to be kind of stuck in Sweden with my parents, or could I maybe go to Asia and just do 2 weeks of quarantine and then be stuck in Asia for a bit? And so I was thinking, I was like, I would love to go to Korea. Like, I would love to go to South Korea. And
Do it.
I would do the 2 weeks quarantine. I would be very careful, rent an apartment there, hang out with listeners if you guys are around and would like to hang out with me. Learn Korean because you can still learn Korean there. Just by doing online classes. So I would happily do that and then just explore Seoul. But at the same time, it's like I feel irresponsible if I were to do that. I really want to do it.
Why do you feel irresponsible?
Because it's still a global pandemic going on.
So, who are you killing? Nobody. You'll be quarantined for 2 weeks. That's the safest place you can be. That's the safest thing you can do.
I guess so.
It's more irresponsible for you to be here.
Is Sweden, London,
Yeah.
or Sweden?
Both. London has a new strain that spreads extra fast.
I know.
And Sweden has, whatever the fuck you have, that no restrictions at all. So going to Asia is actually the most responsible thing you can do if you want to not kill your parents.
I feel like it is the most responsible
Yeah.
thing I can do.
The people who judge other people, why are you flying to Dubai? I'm like, let them leave. Why do you want them to be here? Why are you judging them because you can't afford to go to Dubai? I won't ever go because I only because I don't like Dubai, not because I'm morally against people just leaving the UK to go to Dubai.
I'm kind of morally against how Dubai was built up, so I probably won't go.
It's just a boring place, not fun. But let them go. Dubai is for, British people who have no taste and culture. Let them go to Dubai. Who cares?
Oh, there's so much gold over there. Yeah, well, okay, so if I were to go to South Korea, could I do it with like a clean conscience? And okay, so if I go, I really want to go in like February. I really want to go in February.
Go tomorrow. Screw the
tomorrow.
filming.
I have work to do, so I can't go tomorrow. But I would love to go to South Korea. Obviously, because I'm obsessed with Korean culture now. So I would love to go and just explore Korean culture and get to know it and be very respectful of it and learn the language and talk to people and get to know Korea. I would love to go. And I feel like now would be the time to go because nothing's going on here, but also there's a global pandemic going on, so I should really stay put. But if I go and do the quarantine and then keep a respectful distance from people, maybe that could work out.
Once you quarantine, you don't have to keep a respectful distance anymore. Yeah. What is
everybody.
What is with this ethics in your head that's wrong? It's so wrong.
What do you mean?
I mean, like logically, it's just the most ethical thing to do would be to go to a place that's safer.
Yeah, but
right?
I'm not a citizen of that place. I'm a foreigner, and like now shouldn't be. I mean, it's not essential travel. It's definitely not essential travel. Now shouldn't be the time that I go, but at the same time,
flights are cheap, hotels are cheap.
I know, they're so cheap. I've been looking at Airbnbs, and I'm like, I can rent a really lovely place in Mapo for like so cheap in like a really nice apartment complex. But it's like, I really, really want to go. And okay, our listeners, Korean listeners, let me know if it would be okay for me to go to Korea.
Yeah, do it. I'm sure they all love to see you there. Do it.
I wonder how many listeners we have in Korea.
I think we have at least one. We have Purion.
We have Purian. She's already invited me to her house for dinner.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you Team Evelyn, Purion? Are you Team Evelyn? Why didn't you invite me?
She said that from day one.
Really?
Yeah.
Mentally healthy but lonely camp? Are you that, Purion? Or do you want to join my camp?
She doesn't have to be lonely just because she's mentally healthy. She can be mentally healthy and be dating and whatever and be with somebody. I don't know.
Hey, that's my camp then. That's my camp. The 9 condom camp.
The fuckboy camp.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay. Well, I want you to go because
I want to go.
You being in Gothenburg is not doing yourself any good.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's
You're not growing as a person.
Well, I've grown a lot, actually. I don't know if you've seen my little glow up that's been happening on the podcast, but it's real. But I would love to go because, also, Nigel, I'm starting a K-drama podcast.
I heard. Yeah, you told me. Yeah. So how's that going? Where can people find it?
I'm gonna release the first few episodes on the Patreon, on our Rice to Meet You Patreon, because I want to work out like the tone of the podcast and the dynamic, because it's not gonna be with Nigel, it's just gonna be with me. So we have to work out the kinks and see how it flows. So we're gonna start on the Patreon, and I'm gonna release the first episode this week. So this comes out on Tuesday. So look for the K-drama podcast on Thursday. Shall we release it on Thursdays?
I mean, it's your podcast, so you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But join the Patreon, listeners, if you want to listen to Evelyn talking by herself.
What do you mean about myself? About the dramas that I watch and how I react to them. And also, in other K-drama news, the biggest news of the year, Hyunbin and Son Jae-jin are an actual couple. Riri couple is real. Binjin is real. It happened. And it's so funny, Nigel, because I've been getting so many DMs with people asking me if I'm okay.
As if you stood a chance. As if you stood a chance.
Hey, the only reason he's with Son Jae-jin is because he hasn't met me yet.
Wow, the delusion.
I know.
The delusion.
But
so you think Hyunbin is going to choose a diabetic Swedish person over Son Ye-jin? One of the most beautiful women on the planet?
A diabetic, hypertensive, depressed Swedish woman.
Who can't even speak Korean.
Who can't even speak... Well, 안녕하세요. I can say that. 여보세요? I can say that. Oh my god. Yeah, exactly.
The delusion this woman has. Jesus.
But people have sent me like DMs and stuff, and I just want to say to everyone, I'm okay. I don't know. This is ridiculous. Oh god. Oh my god, it's so funny. It is. I feel I'm just it's just fun, Nigel. It's really fun to do all of this. But I will say because I remember I had such a fun time with the Hyunbin thing because people kept sending me, or one person sent me like she sent me my face photoshopped onto Son Jae-jin's face in like a thing with Captain Ree. So let me just show you here. There we go.
Yep.
That was like the photo a listener sent, which is quite funny when I had my crush on Hyunbin. And then over the weekend on Instagram, I had a Ask Me Anything. I asked people to send me photoshops of my face onto photos with Kang Han-il and Lee Dong-wook. And so people sent me so many. This is my favorite. It's really, really pretty, I think. And then we have this one as well, which is quite pretty. And then this one, which is like It's insane.
You know you're alienating all the audio listeners, right? By showing all the images.
Well, I want to think that I'm bringing them to our YouTube. And I think this one is another favorite. It looks
I think we need to put this as the cover, episode cover.
Oh my god, thank you.
All right, enough. Listeners, imagine if I did what Evelyn's doing and I Photoshop my face next to, I don't know, who's a hot celebrity now?
Scarlett
anyone
Johansson.
Anyone from Blackpink.
Yeah, anyone from Blackpink. Lisa.
Like, imagine if Lisa. That's so sad. That's so sad.
I didn't do it myself. People sent it to me.
Yeah, okay, if people send it to me and I use it as my phone wallpaper, that's so sad.
My mom actually saw my phone wallpaper, and she was like, I was like, I'm pretty sure you've given up on me giving you grandchildren.
Yeah, if someone sends me, a picture of me next to Joey from Twice, I'm like, thank you, that's very nice. She's cute, but I don't need this right now in my life. Okay, I have actual, real human beings who DM slide. Which, by the way, thank you so much, listeners, for your concern. And I was very heartbroken last week. But as you can tell, I'm back to my fuckboy ways. And I'm in a better mood. Yes, fuckboy 9 condoms is back, people. I told you I get over shit fast. You take 7 years, I take 7 days.
The question is that how important was that relationship then, actually?
It's very important. And maybe in the future... we can revisit this if, the stars align and we are in the same place in our lives and yada, yada, yada. But thank you for all the concerned people. And when people found out what I like in bed,
oh my God,
man, the DM slides. Mwah. Thank you, women. Thank you to all the people. Some people send me like, oh, if you're ever in this city, what city they're in, and if you ever feel like choking a ginger girl, hit me up, winky face. I was like, oh, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
I don't know how
the number of spit on me daddies I've gotten
with a guy who keeps talking about choking women in bed. What is happening with my life? I just can't.
A lot of people like it. What can I say?
Oh God.
And the spit on me daddy messages has been a very nice touch to my day. It's made me feel very nice.
Were they like plasters onto your broken heart, Nigel?
Yeah. I see a message that says spit on me daddy and it makes me feel so special.
You make me feel special.
This is a soundtrack to getting spit on. It's psh, psh.
You make me feel special.
Oh, you choked them.
You make me feel special.
Women, we need to do better. Please, women.
I think women are doing great.
Just don't.
I think the women are doing great.
Don't do DM slides.
They know what they want.
Sliding into. I'm a woman who has a photoshopped photo of herself with a K-drama actor as her screensaver, but still, we need to do better than sliding into somebody's DM and asking them to spit on our face.
They are doing great. They're going after what they want. They're going after, me. And I'm a great guy. They're going after a premium product. Okay?
Have you noticed
they like my sense of humor. They like my vibe on the pod. And then now they realize, oh, he's single again and he likes to do these things. Okay. These women are go-getters. They're ambitious. They have no time for bullshit. That's why they go for what they want. A known quantity.
Have you noticed how you're the only one who keeps saying you're great?
A lot of people say that. Just look at my DM slides, okay? A lot of heart emojis also. People are sending hearts. Thank you. That's very nice too. But I'll prefer it if you ask me to choke you. So some people did both. Heart and then choke me daddy. So that's nice too.
I can't believe
Listeners, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to the previous episode. I talk about how, I kind of this thing I thought was a relationship didn't work out. So that was the context of it.
So the thing is, Nigel talks about getting is heartbroken once and you open up and you actually are vulnerable on the podcast and blah, blah, blah. And you get these like DM slides that are like, you know, exactly what you want. And when I open up on the podcast and am vulnerable, and my DM slides are just like, if it's like from men.
Men, do better. Do better. Tell Evelyn you're gonna choke her.
I don't want to be choked. I really don't.
I think you will like it, you know.
I don't think so.
Everybody grows to like it. I've never, in my experience, even if they start out not liking it, eventually, you know, a few times later, they're like, it's like bubble tea. It grows on you. It grows on you.
I already have a person inside of me. I've never felt that I need to add the fact that he then cuts off my airways. Like,
see, it's this kind of vibe that gets the man, that gets the, oh, I'm used to be depressed too type of men. Okay? This is the vibe you're giving out. I never have women coming over to telling me, oh, I went through heartbreak too, Nigel. No, they just come at me and choke me, daddy, and spit on me. Tell me I'm a worthless slut. That's what... Do you see the difference in our vibes here?
We really
you see the
have
difference.
Different vibes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We really have very different vibes.
And we have a sponsor for this episode, by the way, which fits very well into Guess Who's Back. And no, it's not Yum Asia, although we do want to do another deal with them, hopefully soon. It's not Yum Asia, but it's my favorite fuckboy brand of 2021. It's Manscaped, people. Manscaped are back. You know, look at this box, how nice it is. They really liked our ad read last time, and I'm assuming a lot of people bought their product. That's why they came back. So that's great. Manscaped is back, people. If you need to shave your balls, 2021, New Year's resolution. This is a New Year's resolution you should keep because I have started shaving. You know, I got this package last year. We did the plug for them for the first time. October, November. And the compliments I've been getting. Mwah. So listeners, please, if you are on Team 9 Condoms, Team Fuckboy, you know, you need to get Manscaped, okay?
I mean, I honestly don't know how I'm on a podcast where we're plugging fuckboy things. Like, I just don't know. How did I end up here? Like, I don't, what is my function here? I just can't. I don't understand what I'm doing here.
You should be happy. I'm trying to help Asian men out there. What other podcast? Seriously, like, I think, how else do you sell to sexually active Asian men? Right?
What do you mean? So you presume sexually active Asian men listen to our podcast?
Yeah. What other podcast is there where the Asian man on it actually talks about getting laid?
Asian,
you know?
Not Asian. They're two even. I mean,
okay,
Nigel,
they're in America. They're in America. We're here.
They're in America.
I have a connection to the Asian market. Okay, they ship worldwide, people. So if you're in Malaysia, and Singapore, and Japan, wherever, you can use this.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, Asian, not Asian. Two dudes, bros, even they call themselves bros. Two Asian bros talking about things, and like, Nigel outbros them so easily. Even J-Bro, you outbro John Yu so much. And he even calls himself a bro. He talks about gains.
Listen. I don't talk about I'm not a bro. I don't talk about bro shit. I just get laid. Okay? I skip the pretense. I just shave my balls with Manscaped and I get laid. Okay? And if you want to join my club, if this club sounds appealing to you, go to manscaped.com. Free shipping, 20% off with the code RICE, R-I-C-E. So go there. And if you buy there, I think you can buy a whole set that comes with a little toiletry case.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you, this is worth the price alone. Because if you buy this, like a case, leather case like this from John Lewis, it's going to be like 40, 50 quid already. 40, 50 pounds already. And let me tell you, man, I have brought this case. And that's the only thing I brought when I get a booty call.
Oh my God.
You put your toothbrush in there, whatever, pills, condoms, whatever you need. You put it in here and just bring this to your girl's place. And it's sexy, it's hot. What are you going to bring otherwise? A plastic bag with your toothbrush and toothpaste and floss? No, you just go very sleek, Listeners, I'll describe the bag to you if you're on the audio. Very sleek leather pouch, black, and then with like brown trimmings. And then it's just sexy. You just go to her place, put it on her table, and you assert dominance. You're like, I'm here for business.
Dominance.
Yes. I really did use this pouch and bring it over to people I'm seeing. So it's very nice. It's very helpful. It's a good size, so you can put some of your skincare in there. Obviously, don't go to a girl's place and do your 6-step routine. It's a bit weird. Okay, just bring like a travel size cleanser. That's it. That's what I do. So it comes free with the whole package.
I mean, I'm gonna say that case. So you just walk with, oh god, I don't know what to say. Actually, I'm gonna be honest, like this, I want to help, I want to contribute to the plug, but I just don't know what to say. I just don't. This is everything I'm not. It's like fuckboy.
It's okay.
Central.
It's okay.
Is like, what
you
am
can
I
contribute.
What do I do here? Like, I can't even give the female perspective because I'm too prude to do.
See, thank God for me. Like they will never sponsor your K-drama podcast. Manscaped will never sponsor your K-drama podcast.
I hope they really don't. I would want a Ramyeon sponsor for my K-drama podcast.
Listen, you can contribute to the Yum Asia sponsorship plugs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But for this, let me handle it.
Oh my god.
I used that shaver a few times now, and it's just no complaints. I really like it. I'm bringing it with me to Malaysia. We're gonna do another plug from the next month, and I'm actually bringing this shaver and of course this toiletry pouch to Malaysia with me, because probably will come in handy.
Oh my god. This podcast has just become you talking about how much you get laid and me talking about how much I don't get laid.
Only this episode, because we have this plug.
Not only.
And I went through a heartbreak. Cut me some slack.
Oh
Okay?
god. Nigel. Okay.
Manscaped.com. Use the code RISE for 20% off. Your balls will thank you, and your fuck buddies will thank you.
God. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Manscaped. Oh god.
Hey,
I mean,
I'm doing positive representation for Asian men here, okay? Otherwise, what you know our stereotype, our reputation in the West.
yeah.
We're all emasculated. I'm bringing it back.
Okay, so it's your sole mission to bring
Yeah.
back.
Asian men choke women too.
Oh,
Okay?
God. But not as hard because their hands are a bit scrawny, so they can't really get a grip.
Shut up with your. What is this? What is this? So toxic. Why do you hate your own people? What is self-hatred? What is self-hatred?
Asian men choke women too, but they ask first if it's okay, because they want to make sure that the woman feels safe and comfortable. Ultimately, removing the excitement of getting choked.
See? Evelyn is probably going to date a white person in the future because she hates her own people. She hates her own race. I talk about Manscaped and my sexual health and well-being, and she's like, no, Asian men don't have sex. What are you talking about?
No, Asian men have sex. It's good, Nigel, that you have so much sex. Great for you. Just
Not that much. I am busy editing also. Not that much. I know I make it sound like a big braggy game, but that's just part of the funny. I don't have that much sex. I wish I had more. Okay? So if you ever want, I'm going to be in Malaysia, so if you want to slide into my DMs, after I'm done with quarantine, we can make something happen, listeners, if you want.
How did this podcast become like your personal Tinder?
Hey, listen, and then they know that I'm shaved and clean down there, and they know I'll choke and slap them and spit on them. Oh my god. Isn't it great?
For me personally, just take me out on a date and ask me about, what films I like and
How boring is that? So, what's your favorite film? Oh, mine's Forrest Gump. How boring is that? My God.
Oh God. Well, I mean,
It's so out of touch. Every time we talk about guys, you just have the most negative opinion of them.
Well,
You know?
actually,
Every time you talk about men, you just have the most negative opinion of them.
no.
You know? The number of videos you've sent me about like narcissists. You know, you sent me YouTube videos about this psychologist talking about how certain men are narcissists and controlling.
Yeah.
And then you develop this fear of men. You know,
No.
all these videos are just negative things. And I'm like, sure, there are narcissist, psychopathic men out there, but there are maybe 1%, 0.5%, not 0.1% of men. You know, that you're scaring yourself. You're telling yourself, I don't want to go out with anyone ever again because what if he's a narcissist? You know, that's like someone learn how to swim. Mm-hmm. That's like someone trying to learn how to swim, and they keep watching videos of people drowning.
Yeah.
Like, or shark attacks. And like, yeah, sure, that happens, but like a very small chance.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Like what the doctor, what's her name? Dr. Ramani. Evelyn sending me these videos. It's like malignant narcissist and how to end a relationship if you're with a malignant narcissist. How to manage a relationship with a malignant narcissist. I'm like, get into a relationship first. Okay? You're scaring yourself.
I mean, okay, it's true. I do watch too many of those videos. I do.
Stop watching the true crime shit. No more true crime.
True crime is like just educational for women. Like,
no, it's
you
not.
need to know the signs.
Most men
You
don't
need
murder.
to know the signs.
Most men don't murder.
But most
okay?
murderers are men.
Yeah, but your logic doesn't check out. Okay?
I will say though, yes, I do watch too many of those videos, and they come in handy when.
When does it come in handy? When?
When you need advice
for you?
About narcissists. We established this actually because it's like Nigel's the guy to go to if you need like normal relationship advice, like, oh, I'm gonna see his parents.
Love
What
is
do
like
I
a car
do?
crash.
Love is a car crash. Yeah, that's not normal. That's drama.
Hey, it's no.
That is drama. That is
Hey,
drama.
so many people agree with me that love is a car crash, okay?
Oh
and
my
people
God.
think I'm a romantic for thinking that.
In that case,
And
those
I
people
am a
are in
romantic.
dysfunctional relationships.
I'm a
'cause-
romantic who will choke the shit out of you,
Oh my
okay? But okay, carry on.
It's just, and then you come to me, you go to you for like relationship advice or normal things, and then you come to me if you have like dysfunctional relationships because I will know the signs, and I have pointed out to so many friends, and then turned out to be right about those things. So, but I will say you are right. I mean, those videos do. You tend to see things, even though they might necessarily not be things. And
Yeah.
but I love watching true crime stuff, and I love watching things about that because I think it's also it helped me kind of clarify what I went through previous.
Yeah,
And
7 years ago.
7 years ago, and it's helped me move on. But also,
Have you moved on? You still talk about it a lot.
but
See
it's
the
a
vibe you give
process
out.
getting through it.
See the vibe. See the vibe.
But I have
Evelyn is like, it's a process. It takes years, and it takes talking through it with a therapist. And I need to adjust my mindset. For me, last week heartbreak, this week fuckboy. Okay, no process.
And I think we're both extremes here of the scale. We're both extremes. So be like neither of us really. But it is that thing. And also I think because you're so sexually like overt, I have to be so sexually like adverse just to balance it out a bit.
Do you want to role play? What if we switch roles? Do you want to role play for like the next 5 minutes? Wanna try it? Okay. Wanna try it?
Okay. What do okay. You
So
start.
this guy DM'd me saying that he also used to go through depression, and then we talked for a little bit, but I don't think I'm ever gonna meet him. It's just just not my thing. I just want to stay in Gothenburg and hang out with my parents.
Meet him! Just go fuck him! Just show him your vagina!
Do I ever say that?
Stick it in.
Showing your vagina is not a sex move, You don't just go ta-da! And
oh my god. Ta-da!
yeah, he asked me out, but I said no because I think I still need some time to heal from the wound from 8 years ago. It still hasn't healed fully yet. And it's a whole process,
What do you mean heal?
Yeah, healing. It's a long process, and I think I've grown by being by myself. I've grown. And I know what I want now, and I know I talked about this like 8 months ago with you, the same exact topics. But now I really feel I've grown. I really do, and I want to work hard this year and just and I'll try to go out with more people. Even though again I said that 8 months ago when I downloaded Tinder, but I think I'm gonna go out with more people and put myself out there. Yeah, same thing I said 8 months ago, but I think I'm gonna say it again, and then I'll say it again in 8 months' time.
Yeah.
You're such a good friend, Nigel, for listening to me repeat the same shit months on end.
Okay, I feel like it just turned into a venting session now. For Nigel.
See? That's you! That's you! That's my impression of you!
I know that's your impression of me. Oh, God.
Now, that's you! Okay?
Oh, just move on! Just go have sex! Look at me! I work all the time. I'm gonna buy expensive things to get over it. I'm gonna buy a watch that costs $150K, and you have to queue up and put yourself on a list, and then do a credit check to check that you make enough money so that you can have the watch. That's
hey,
what
it's not
I'm gonna
150.
do.
It's 15. It's just 15, okay?
It's just 15. I'm a refugee, actually. I'm a refugee. I keep escaping, even though I fly business class everywhere I go. I'm a refugee. Oh my god. That's my impression of you, Nigel.
Pretty accurate. Pretty accurate.
Oh god. Oh well.
See? Isn't it a nice life to live and think like that?
Yes, it seems very simple. Very simple.
But I'm not a bro, okay? I'm not a bro, but we can have John Yu on sometime if you want.
I would love to have John Yu on. I really like him. Okay, Nigel, I hear you. I'll stop talking about my stuff and I'll start doing things instead.
No, you need to keep talking about your stuff, but why can't your stuff ever be positive things?
Am I really negative? I guess
you're the sweetest negative person I know,
Really?
Yeah, every time I tell Evelyn, like this new person I'm seeing, she always has something bad to say about them.
Yeah,
every woman I send
negative.
you.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's like, oh, I don't like her eyebrows. She has crazy eyebrows. Oh, I don't like her eyes. Oh, she looks very influencery. Ugh. Can you just find the positives of the people I hang out with?
Okay. She looks like she's
I don't
very
meet your
pretty.
friends and bitch about them. I don't meet Suhan and be like, oh, she's this. I'm like, oh, thank you for the shoe trees. She's amazing.
Shoe trees.
Great place. She has a great place. I say all the positive things about your friends.
Okay. I'll be more positive about your friends. Oh, she looks like she looks like she has a lot of followers on Instagram. Oh, she
Do you
looks
see how
like...
hard it is for you to give compliments? Do you see this? Listeners, Evelyn is not as sweet as you think. She's very bitchy. She's very catty.
No, I'm not.
You're very catty. Every woman I show you,
Actually,
you find fault with them. Like, as if you're this 10 out of 10 goddess. Not
that I am. I just know that the women you're seeing just... Yes, okay, Nigel, I am very sorry because I think there is just like a thing inside of me when it comes to things like when it comes to judging other women because I'm a
Where
woman.
where did that come from?
I'm a woman. That's how we're raised. Have you never met a woman? Have you not met a female human being and how they talk with each other? It's all this passive aggressive layering and stuff. But I will work on being more complimentary and less negative. That's actually something that I know this about myself. I am very judgmental. I am very terrible when it comes to that. So I'm working. I'm gonna work on it and not be so negative. Sorry.
Yeah, that's one of your New Year's resolutions, right? To be more positive.
Yes, to be more positive and spread joy
Yeah.
instead of hate.
Stop being catty.
Stop
Next
being
time
catty.
and then you ask like who's this person you're going out with, and then show your Instagram, and then you bitch about them. Like, then why do you ask? Why do you ask?
I'm sorry. Yes, I won't do that.
Okay, good.
I'll say
Good.
nice things.
Yeah. And also, a lot of people want to know, like last week's episode, we talked about, you started a story, and then we didn't get to finish it. So everybody wants to know about the story, about the actor, the face mask. So let's start a story over, and then we can all, I'll not interrupt this time with my heartbreak. Because last week, we wanted to talk about a lot of things, but I kept interrupting with my heartbreak. So, my apologies. It was on my mind, so.
No, absolutely.
Finish your story. Finish your story.
So my story. Oh gosh. Well, let's see if the story lives up to what people want. But so I was last week we were talking about stuff, and I had a story. So the thing is, I was on a film set, and everybody was wearing face masks, and so you don't know how people look like. Only the actors were not covered. And so I remember I was like, there was like so there were people who you're like, oh, this person's kind of fun, actually. He's kind of like, his personality's kind of cute, like the way he's acting and the way he's doing these things. And then there were other people who were like, oh, you were like, oh, okay, that's just a guy, nothing special, blah, blah, blah. And then we had food, and people took off their face masks. And the guy who was kind of like acting cute, his face didn't match his like the way he was acting, and I was like, oh, okay. and then the guy who was like, oh, that's just some boring guy, he looked like a model, and I was like, oh. And then like in my head I was like, okay, so the guy who was boring now suddenly got extra points because he looks really good, and he became more interesting because of his looks. But then the guy who was acting cute, I was like, okay, he didn't look like I expected, but I could work with that. Like, so it was just like, it was so interesting to see how looks actually do, how much looks affect how you perceive a person, and also I think how much looks affect your own personality.
I think this story tells me that if you're an ugly person, there is hope for you in this pandemic, because everybody has to wear a face mask, so we're all on more equal playing field.
Well, that was what I was thinking. I was like, maybe face mask dating is a thing, because then you're like, oh, you could get to know a person.
Yeah.
A little bit. But the thing is also, I think, I mean,
that's why people should wear burqas. Everybody should wear burqas. Then we'll like someone for their personality and who they are.
Yes.
Instead of their tits and face and hair and ass,
Yes, Nigel, that's exactly what I meant.
Yes, that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
No, I was going to say because you get to know somebody, but then also looks are, looks influence you as well. Looks do influence you. So it's like it's both. It's really both. Like, you have to an attractive personality, but then also you do need to see what that person looks like, because otherwise it's like a shock, I think. Did you ever see like that Love at First Sight thing on Netflix that was huge a year ago?
No.
It was about like a bunch of people that Netflix put into like a studio, and they put them into individual cabins. And so every night people could date each other, but they were in two separate rooms, so they could only hear each other's voices talking to each other. And so um, they were like, okay, will this make people fall in love with each other? And then after a week, they could decide either if they wanted to propose to the person or not. And some people actually fell in love, and they were amazed at how the people, like, they proposed to each other when they saw each other for the first time. And then there
Yeah,
was
you have to
this-
see them first. Don't you have to see them first.
Yeah, but then you
know?
also have to like propose at the same time. So you have to decide if you want to propose or not. And so yeah, it's really harsh. And then
Yeah.
there was like a lot of the couples proposed and stuff, but then a lot of them didn't get married. There were like two couples who got married or something, and one couple who were like, "Oh, okay, you guys are probably make it." But then there was one couple with this girl called Jessica and this guy called Mark. And Mark's a really good-looking guy, but Jessica, like, they fell in love or whatever, and then Jessica saw Mark and she was like, "Oh, he doesn't look at like what I expected him to look like." But then she still said yes to his proposal, but then she was like such a train wreck throughout the show. And then in the end she was like, "Yeah, I can't marry him." And she did it to him at the altar.
Oh.
And it was amazing, but it was just like, it was such an interesting experiment just for pure entertainment, but also like just how much do looks matter, blah blah blah. And it's like, it's naive to say that looks don't matter. I think, or maybe for some people they don't, but I think I just think it's interesting.
Oh, okay. Wow, that was the longest explanation for looks actually do kind of matter.
I just don't know.
Wow,
I don't
that's
know.
that's the most long-winded explanation.
Yeah, it was really.
I wanna revisit your story when he said the guy was acting cute. What did he do?
Acting cute.
Because
Well,
I'm curious to see what Evelyn thinks acting. When Evelyn said, "What does a guy acting cute entail?" Let's see. Are you excited, listeners, to find out?
that's very funny.
Like for me, when a girl acts cute, it's pretty like universal. When they speak in a slightly higher voice, they play their hair, that kind of thing. But I'm curious to see what you think acting cute is.
How am I the abnormal one on the podcast?
I mean, you tell me. I have a very healthy view on love and sex. Okay, you are the one who's a muscle. So you tell
Thank
me
you
what's
for using
acting
that
cute.
term.
Yes, I want to say virgin, but that was a bit mean. So your hymen just resealed.
Yeah, I know. It's probably resealed by now.
Yeah.
Okay, Nigel. Okay, that's enough. We don't need the noise and the visual. Oh god.
Okay.
Acting
So.
cute. I just he seemed fun. That was the thing. Like he was very, so he was the prop guy. So he was responsible for all the props. And so maybe acting cute isn't the right word, but he was very engaged in what he was doing. So he was very hands-on and very kind of had a hawk eye over what he had to do with like the set and everything. So he was all over all of the things, which I found very like attractive because it's a guy who's like switched on and like just kind of on. He knows what he's on it. And then also he was a bit goofy, as in like he joked with other staff members, and he joked, like I joked with him, he joked with me and stuff like that. So that's what I think is acting cute.
So some guy doing his job with a good attitude.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe it's attractive. I meant to say attractive. He was acting attractively. But acting cute, I guess. What is acting cute? I guess acting cute is a bit like when a guy does it, it can be, I think if it's like too much, I could be a bit like, okay, how old are you? But I think acting cute that's probably universal for everybody, right? Like when a guy does it, it's like he teases you, I guess. That's like acting cute. Right?
Yeah, another thing I like to do, so listeners.
That you like to do?
Yeah. Teasing is great.
Teasing is acting cute, yeah. Oh, is that another thing you like to do?
What do you mean teasing? What kind of teasing?
What kind of teasing?
Like playful, making fun of them type, or are you talking about more dirtier teasing stuff?
Oh, I thought
what
you
are
mean
talking
like
about?
lose weight.
So I've been acting cute to you all this time, Evelyn. I've been acting cute.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, that's me. Like, why are you diabetic? That's just me adding cute. That's just me adding cute. Slapping a donut off your hand. That's just me adding cute. That's just me adding cute. Oh, are you really gonna eat that? Really, your third ice cream of the day? That's just me acting cute.
Yeah, I'm, like teasing but teasing actually being bullying.
Wow, I've been acting cute my whole life then.
The worst. The worst. Oh my god.
So yeah, listeners, that's how you get to the keys to Evelyn's heart. You fat shame her. That's acting cute.
It, Nigel.
That's acting cute. I'm just acting cute. What fat shaming? I'm just acting cute.
You're such a dick. Oh my god. Yeah, but the keys to my heart. Just do your job well. That's very attractive. Be passionate about your work. Also, I think I'm really attracted to kindness. I know it's gonna make you throw up to say that.
Is that acting cute too?
Really
when I
hot.
don't donate money to homeless people? Here, just here's some change. You have any change? Yeah, I do. Just acting cute.
사랑해요. 사랑해요, homeless person. What's happening?
I think that's where it should end.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening, people. Hopefully, I'm in Malaysia by the time you hear this. See you next week.
That's not where we should end. It's so horrible.
What? Why?
사랑해요, homeless person.
It's funny. It's funny. It's funny.